programs, I mean, the information the minister has, that was special division. Can you also get records from the companies, their employees? What they're trying to do is there. For example, company X, they have foreign people working with them. One is a geologist, one is a management, one is a driver.
We can get the one directly too.
They can compare that with your data. They can send it also.
Yeah, that would be easier. We can get it from them directly. I will get there. We can submit them. We can come with them.
You can also verify that.
So what you have, what is
accurate information?
That's accurate
information. If you trust them to provide accurate information,
that can help a little bit.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon. This is School TV. My name is Steve Phillips. And coming to you live from this compound in our community.
Be man enough. Speak and apologize. Speak and apologize. But he feel too big. You say you want a president to fail. You don't want nothing good to come from him so that he can fail. Then the people get vexed. Then he say, why they vexed? Why you think they shouldn't be vexed? If JMV fails, the nation fails. And if JMD fails, the people suffer. And who you think will suffer? Because the Western Cluster deal? Nah. My friend, make no mistake. The world is changing. The world is changing. It's a sad thing. Then people go, oh, you know, even though Snow said something, but the government response is too harsh. The government response is harsh. Harsher than the statement he made. Harsher than the statement? No, I don't think so. The government statement was precise and on point. And what the government needs to do, go further to make a clear, unambiguous, very strong statement of Edwin Snow on national television or on the media was unacceptable. And that the government denounces the statement and categorically calls for his whether removal, rejection, whatever. And I think that should serve as a deterrent to anyone who represents our country or is out there, never to make that mistake again. So yes, I don't want to say, y'all carry it. We're not blind. We came as an alliance. All of y'all fighting to position yourself for 2029.
My fellow Liberians, I'm here to speak to you this evening about a very important subject matter. the intolerance of some government officials of opposing views of other Liberian government officials and even ordinary people. Last week, I read in the paper different views and even heard on the radio and read online very important government officials reacting to Senator Eddie Snow. What I heard is that they were reacting to a statement that they wish that the government would fail. And they were reacting in different ways. I was surprised at the reaction. Because normally, even in families, some people can say, this child will be nothing, this one will be nothing, this one will be nothing. I was told at some point that I would be nothing, but I became minister, I became Solicitor General. And I used to tell some of those family members, yes, I was young, I was high-headed, I was working about and all that, but here I am today. This man is involved in student activism. He will not even finish University of Liberia. He will go nowhere. That is what it felt. But that statement, rather than me arguing with them, stimulated me. Why can the government say, if you say we'll fail, you are a liar? That should stimulate officials of government to succeed, to work so hard. Like Ibrahim Traore, for the people of Liberia to feel their work, not to express anger. It shows intolerance. Opposing views are important in a democracy because it helps you to see the other side and to succeed. I don't think that people should be so angry when people express views against them. They should rather come and prove people wrong, not about what they say, but what they do in the interest of the Liberian people. Like Ibrahim Traore, like other leaders in Africa. Look, during the election, my younger sister, whom I love so much, supported me in the first round. In the second round, she told me, brother, you have expressed support for Boubacar and call upon your party. I'm not LPP. I'm going to support George Weah. I had no problem with that. But then I read in the paper supposedly there's problem in the Gongo family because while Gongo is supporting Boubacar, his sister is supporting Weah. I was not troubled by that. I was not opposed to that. And me and my sister remain close, and we are close today, very close today. I came in the newspaper and said, that is not true. There's no problem in the Gongo family. No expression of political views of people wishes about government should not be a source of anger. It should stimulate people in government to prove those who wish them wrong right by their actions so that they can be told by other people you are wrong about the government. Look, thank God, under President George Weah in 2018, he put his weight behind the anti-speech, the act to repeal the anti-speech laws that is now today called Kamara law. And by the way, let me say to the public that instead of me as Solicitor General prosecuting people for sedition, criminal libel against the president, criminal malevolence, which were gag laws to make it difficult to speak, I rather wrote the Repeal Act in 2009 and put on the desk of President Selig. I gave a copy to the PUL. Peter Kokwe is my witness. He was Secretary General of PUL. I gave copies to the members of the Senate that we cannot have these kind of laws and say we are promoting democracy. And I strongly believe that if we had not put his weight behind the law to repeal them in those three laws in 2018, perhaps by 2020, 2021, 2022, it would have been difficult. But while the euphoria was on, the laws were repealed. I'm happy. So in this country, our democracy has been strengthened by the Kamara law. Nobody should be arrested. But let me assure the public, and let me assure Senator Snowe, I defend people's right to speak freely. I've assured the journalists, and I have so many cases in court that I'm defending, journalists for, newspapers for, and all of that. And I've said, if anybody speaks freely and you get into trouble, whether it's civil action or damages and all that, and it's for the good of this country, I will defend you. I will not defend mercenary journalists. I will not defend mercenary civil society activists because they don't mean well for society. Sometimes they are paid to say things or to suppress things. So let me promise Senator Snowe, if the government goes after you, take you to court or do anything, I will provide you legal service. I will do it for anyone whose rights are affected because they are trying to exercise their democratic rights under the Constitution of Liberia and international laws to which Liberia is a state party. I want to thank you for listening to me. Liberia must be a sweet land of liberty by allowing everyone to speak freely. Thank you very much.
The fire incident at the Capitol. We are here pursuant to that letter. We can inform this body, this honorable body, that the investigation is ongoing. It is very far advanced. And the prosecutorial arm of the Ministry of Justice, in collaboration with the Liberia National Police, is conducting a very, very comprehensive and detailed investigation. They are taking a while, but we try to be as meticulous as possible to ensure that justice is served. Because the matter is, part of it is in the court, and because the investigation is ongoing, there's not much we can say further on this matter. But we'll show you that all is being done, and very soon, very, very soon, the investigation will be concluded, and you will see the next course of action that will be taken by the Ministry of Justice. So not to jeopardize the investigation, state what is really ongoing, but we can show you that we are doing our utmost to ensure that we have gathered all the evidence, that the right people who participated through whatsoever means into that crime to be brought to justice. Thank you, Madam.
Distinguished colleagues, the Minister of Justice has informed us not to jeopardize the investigation, and because some of the matters in court, we cannot speak on the details to the Senate. We need to hear from a few senators and make a decision on this. Senator Momo Saros, followed by Senator Jim Smith.
Thank you, Madam Protem, and distinguished colleagues of the Liberal Senate. As Chair of the National Security Committee in the Liberal Senate, I see this as a very important thing that our colleague from Bapu spoke about, for which the witnesses are very good. Joseph is probably the 2-year-old government, you and the of the Solicitor General. The minister has spoken regarding the processes that's ongoing with court and investigation. He's very right. But I want the minister just to give us a time frame. If it is 1 month, if it is 2 weeks, if it is 1 week, I mean, we can't just agree to say very soon is no time. Because this issue is very grave. It is millions of dollars property that damage. We had a situation with the executive mansion some years back. We have not gotten any information or any conclusive report on executive mansion on fire incident. So it's not going to happen this time around. Under this responsible government, the perpetrator must come to work. So we wanted the Justice Minister to give us a definite time when they will come to this office and tell us when this particular investigation will be concluded and we start seeing some prosecution going on. Thank you, Madam President.
No, foreigner.
Smith.
Yeah. First, let me commend the Justice Minister and his team for honoring our invitation. But I'm confused and just want some clarification. The minister told us that investigation going on and they are already talking about court. So how can investigation be going on and at the same time it's in court? Because in my elementary matter, it is what kind of other investigation that goes to court. But how can it be on an investigation at the same time? I would jump on someone.
Minister, can you clarify that?
Thank you, Senator. Some individual that will have solid evidence on were charged in other jurisdiction of the court. There are other individuals linked to the crime. To the computer and conduct a proper investigation. That aspect is ongoing to not have all the perpetrators. We want to have everybody together, then that investigation will be closed conclusively. As you investigate and evidence lead, you have to fact evidence.
Okay, a pleasant good morning to all of you folks. This is the morning ride and it's good to be back here this Friday morning. Wonderful day to be on the platform again as usual. Thanks for joining us as usual from wherever you are. It promises to be great this Friday. A very cool Friday, but you know, there are a lot of things to talk about. We will be joined this morning, 8:30 by the People's Senator of Sano County, Senator Creighton O. Duncan will be here this morning. There are a lot of issues, things he has said, things they are put up on the floor, and we need to go into that further, and we'll have the time to also place it. But that's what it is, and what it is going to be this Friday. I'm Wicked Brooks. That's all right here. Andrew Gamro is the man behind the camera, producing all of the sounds and videos, and it's good to have it during the competition where we walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, here to party speak on the altitude. Critical analysis, critical thinking, views, opinion, well respected, but what supersedes all of these have to do with facts. Work up, folks. Let's have ourselves a wonderful time. You know, folks,
we have about over 5 logging companies situated.
In December
There's no employment.
of last year,
Or if you check on logging
Liberians, both home and abroad, foreign nationals in our federal way or outside Liberia, woke up to this news, and those who are much closer saw the third flu
I'm wondering what is the purpose of us having people in
Liberia capital Bay.
After 3 months, according to the law,
got to fire.
Employed. But for that 3 months, they will sign 6 months contract.
And following that, there were accusations, counter accusations. This person said the person responsible, the other person responsible, the person did. But then we have
4 years ago.
divided
This is
blocks.
something I need you to really look
We
at.
had the majority,
You want to tell us.
the minority, those are begin
This
rule of law
so-called
purpose,
investment of these people that are coming in
and fingers
they are exploiting.
were being pointed
It is the
at each other.
exploitation of our resources.
you
As we were discussing before, we call
said
it
the-
all just for you to come in.
John Chimo
We
agreed,
cannot barely fix our
and the next
roads
person will have to sit there.
because we don't have money. Everything we rely on a few taxes
Now,
that we generate. When we know
the
that
Liberian
you're
National
supposed to be telling us that those laws should not be cut by a man who just bring $2 million here and become
There's been
$20 million
investigations
richer on the
matter
post
what
by cutting our laws and putting it on the ship. Then let Liberians do it ourselves.
The
We can't sit down, other people can get rich. The whole Liberian man wants to get rich. Everybody fighting, holding him
former
down.
speaker,
He's a senator, he's not supposed to invest.
they exonerate themselves. They are free, but when the law takes this in the school, they say no, you are